So, my parents are scouting for a divorce.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, that came out of left field for me and you. Yeah, that'll happen at some point in the next... whatever. Bit difficult, because I live with both of them. I got my grandmother's funeral on Friday when this video comes out. It's gonna be a difficult time, so I wanted to take a moment to apologise for any negative effect that situation and any repercussions of it have on future content or this content today. And hell, if you want to leave comments of encouragement and well wishes, then hell, they're good for the soul and the YouTube algorithm, so thank you very much. Steps. People scout all over this map, from the middle to the middle of the middle. These spots, while fruitful in the past, to me these days they don't seem to be nearly as profitable. So, grab a tank with speed, a low profile and no sense of self-preservation. We're heading up to the northeast, straight up this hill where there are a number of bushes. Take your pick, because I've used each of them and they all allow you almost perfect vision onto almost the entirety of the flank. The only exception being that vision onto the enemy tank destroyer hill is blocked by the lay of the land and foliage. That is, unless you get really creative. This is both a blessing and a curse. While yes, you can't spot the TDs and farm your spotting damage, the fact that they lack line of sight onto you means that if you've occupied the forward bush here, you can utilise this double layer of foliage to open up fire onto the enemy, as I did in this thoroughly exciting Even 90 game. Click the card up here if you want to see that. A note, in case it wasn't obvious, due to the spawns, the chance of successfully acquiring this position goes down significantly in the standard battle mode. It's in the encounter that it truly pays dividends, not just because it takes longer for the enemy to get there, but because these bushes have perfect vision into the cap, keeping the enemy permanently spotted as they attempt the capture. Fisherman's Bay is a map that I've enjoyed mild success on through slightly unconventional scouting. Not by choice, but my unique gameplay style being tailored by these bushes here becoming sentient and trying to kill anyone who uses them. Feck these bushes. So if you're lucky enough to spawn north and you two are sick and tired of playing peek-a-bush in the middle, head down to the town. Knock this tree over facing this way and sit in it. From this position, you spot people approaching town by the main road, you have vision on anyone approaching the corner there, and in addition to being able to spot enemies moving out wide, you also have a really easy escape in the event that your position becomes compromised. By no means will this result in a huge damage gain, but it can be really helpful for your team to have this early and consistent information while they work the town. Now, I've seen people scout Mannerheim line from here. The problem with that is a lot of these positions are stupid. If you spawn north, there's a simple and elegant scouting solution: these bushes. Not only do these allow you spots onto the heavies in a predictable location, allowing you to actively use the designated target skill, it also has sightlines onto the enemy hill where TDs occasionally poke. Spotting from here will allow TDs occupying your hill behind you to enjoy themselves far more than anyone reasonably should. Now, if you've become concerned about getting here due to some poaching enemies, then there's a more conservative bush that, while further away, offers similar vision towards the heavies and actually has a better angle on the enemy hill, assuming your view range is up to par. Sumerian Coast. Another map with a generic and well-known spotting position. If you spawn north, the standard play is to occupy this bush and spot the less cautious heavies. However, most adversaries who progress to this flank are well aware of the danger, and they take steps to avoid it. So alternatively, from the northern spawn, you can go here. This position, for the short time that you can utilise it, will spot almost the entirety of this flank, including the campy bitches languishing at the rear. Dangerous and potentially difficult to escape from if you've got poor timing, but it can result in some big numbers. But perhaps you have spawned south. Fear not, brave pilgrim, simply make sure you have good view range and head to this mark. From here you can spot most of the heavies moving east, and while I don't recommend firing at them, the information and potential spotting damage, particularly if you tell your team where you intend to spot, can be quite profitable indeed. So in Corellia, people are often confused by the middle. Which bush? Where bush? Why bush? Well, on the assault game mode, it becomes far less obscure. In offensive, these locations can be utilised. They provide good to excellent vision for your hill, whilst keeping you out of the danger zone in the middle, which in all likelihood is infested with enemy lights and mediums, all completely and utterly failing to make use of these bush lights. Hiding here on defensive can allow you to spot the enemy hill, in addition to enemy light tanks attempting to approach, and you can be a very valuable asset unseen in this marshy foliage. And now, keeping up with tradition, let's look at a spot that you should never use and is utterly useless but is funny all the same. If you are in an even 90 and you're on Lakeville, you can knock this tree over facing the edge of the map and sit in it. It will conceal you completely, assuming you have adequate skills and camo to allow that to happen. Yes, this tree will conceal you up to all but a proxy spot. However, there's an issue with that spot. It's for bitches. Because as we discovered while doing some testing, this line of bushes here also conceal you to a proxy spot level. Being far safer than the tree, I'm going to be using this. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Do leave a like if you found it helpful or if you learned anything. Let me know any other spots that I've failed to cover yet in episode 2, this one, and episode 1, which is in the Learn Water Tanks playlist. Click up there, the card should appear, unless I utterly fail, in which case it won't. Bye!